Welcome to Kiskeya Athletics. My name is Coach Nathan. I'll be teaching you the intro to parkour basics and safety today. One of the first things we're learning today, after you're warmed up of course, is how to fall and land safely. This is one of the best things, one of the most important things anyone should learn while doing parkour. It allows you to catch yourself if you have a bad fall, or if you just jump from a very high place, very far place, and you land on a hard surface. You need to make sure you know how to catch yourself and recover from that height or fall, drop, bad landing, whatever, as safe as you can. The first skill we're going to learn today is a safety tap. This skill is very important when you're dropping off a vertical height or a drop with not much momentum. The gist of this move is to catch yourself when you fall down and not hit your knees or your face. So you want to make sure it's very important to also bend your arms as well. You don't want to get that momentum in your shoulder. And again, make sure you avoid your knees and don't go straight down or you take all the impact into your ankles. So again, really quickly, when you drop, make sure you bend your knees, land on the balls of your feet to absorb the shock, and fall forward to catch yourself like that. This next move we're going to learn is called the gallop. This is what you want to do if you do have a bit of forward momentum, but not too much. So what you want to do essentially is avoid, again, hitting your face or your knees on the floor, and you're going forward. You use your hands to push over your legs basically. So you have your hands on the floor and you hop over your hands, imagining a line where your hands are, in order to get you to move a little more forward or to avoid hitting something. So I jump here, let's say there's a wall, I want to avoid it, can move sideways just like that. This next skill we're going to learn is called the roll. This is what you want to do if you do have a lot of forward momentum, or if you're just falling at an angle. You want to make sure when you do the roll, we are not going along our spine like gymnasts do, like so. We're making sure we're going from one shoulder all the way to the muscles in our back, along this line right here. So you want to go hands down, shoulders down, like that. Making sure to avoid all of your bone. Make sure you roll on all the muscles so that you don't get injured at all. Now we are learning jumping techniques. This is very important for every jumping and landing that we do to ensure we do not hurt our joints, our knees, our ankles, and to make sure we don't fall off if we're going on a very high obstacle or something very narrow. We want to make sure that we land precisely, quietly, and most importantly, safely. Before we learn how to jump at all, we need to make sure we know how to stand, and that's the most important bit. We're going to be learning to stand on the balls of our feet, not the middle, not the heel. If you stand on the heel and land, you're going to feel that shock throughout your entire body. And you stand on the middle, you could injure your foot very easily. So we want to make sure we're standing on the balls of our feet, right where our toes are, just right there. You want to imagine as if your toes can grip over the platform you're standing on. So that's where our pressure is. You want to feel like your heel is not even touching the floor, like that. And when you land, you want to make sure to bend your knees, tense your core, tense your guts. We call this butts and guts. Want to make sure you're tense so that when you jump and land, you do not fall off and you maintain your balance throughout the entire movement. The next jump technique I'll be demonstrating is a stride. Imagine this one like a run with a big jump in between. This is what you'd want to do if you have too much momentum and you can't bring your foot in time, or you have an obstacle too small to bring 2 feet together. You want to make sure you can get 1 foot at least onto the obstacle. Same way, remember, for every jump, ball of the feet, not the heels or the middle of your foot. Next thing we're going to learn is vaults. This is what you want to do if you're getting over an obstacle that's lower than chest height and higher than knee height. You want to make sure you do this as safely as you can and as quickly as you can for parkour. First one we're going to learn is the safety vault. As the name implies, is the safest vault we can do. We can do this one very slowly. We need to make sure we put one hand and 1 foot. The hand doesn't matter, but the legs do. If I put my right hand, it needs to be the opposite foot, so that will be my left foot. So I'm going to put my right hand down, make sure it's all the way flat on the floor. You don't want to perch your hands to injure your fingers. It wants to be flat palm there. Then you put your toes, balls of the feet, just like we do for everything. Put pressure on the ball of your foot. All this empty space right here, you want to bring your foot through and thread it like a needle through. Put your foot down and then push with your hands and feet off the obstacle. The other way, it'd be just like this. Left hand down now, right foot down, bring it up, through, and push off. The next vault we're going to learn is the speed vault. As the name implies, the speed vault, you want to make sure you're gaining a little bit of speed, a little more momentum when you do this. It's the same principles as the safety vault of one hand, but instead of putting our foot down, we're going to put both our feet clear and over, like so. On the opposite side, it looks the same. Whichever hand, instead of putting the feet down, remember, you want to jump both, clear and over, just like that. When you get more advanced into parkour, there are many types of vaults you can do, like a dash, a Kong, a thief vault, lazy vault, reverse vault, and much more. The next skill we're going to learn is a wall run. This is part of the climb ups. As the name implies, we are running up the wall. We are not jumping to the wall, we are running up it. So it is very important when you're running, as the name implies, you do not stop when you get to the wall, and you're not jumping to kick the wall and grab it. You are running, placing your foot, the ball of your foot specifically, onto the wall, and imagine it like a staircase. You jump up the wall, support yourself with your hands, make sure you get it straightened out as close as you can, because our next step is to put our foot onto the wall. Again, ball of your feet if you can, and then the other foot, and then you stand up and you are up the wall. As long as you do this technique correctly, you can get up nearly any wall of any height. Now you know all the skills you need to go through Kiskeya parkour safely and efficiently. Feel free to come to Kiskeya Athletics another time to learn much more parkour, and make sure to do it as safe as you can and also as fun as you can. Thank you.